We recently brought on a new partner out of California, Melanie Feliciano. Today we're going to talk to Melanie and find out who she is, what she does, and why she's a great fit for the mortgage industry. This is a mortgage banking live stream. Hi there, Troy Garris here. This is the Mortgage Banking live stream. I'm here for the mortgage industry. We're here to educate, connect, and entertain. That's the main mission here. And we're going to talk today to a fantastic person. Just came on board at Garris Horn, my law firm, as a partner. She's going to be a great fit there. Before we get started, a couple shouts out. Texas MBA. As you may know, I'm very actively involved in Texas MBA, and the TMBA started just this year, 2019, started its very first TMBA Certified Mortgage Leader Program, and they ran a competition for projects, and just today they announced the winners of that competition. And here's the team that I'll tell you the team that won. All of the teams were great. It's a fantastic program, and all the people involved are fantastic. But Brandy Chambers of Benchmark Mortgage, Matt Kiker of Network Funding, Stacy Maizano of Polinsky Battle Green, Jody Morgan of Wells Fargo, and Joanna Shelton of Republic State Mortgage. I know I know all those individuals, and all of them fantastic people. It doesn't surprise me that they were the winners, but special congratulations to them. They did a fantastic job, and very proud of them. And then also, again, this is a program that the TMBA developed just this year. And special shouts out to both Trey Worley and also Jason Gillespie, both board members. Trey, immediate past president of TMBA, very active, generally speaking, and also instrumental to putting this program together. And thanks to both of them. It's a great program. And if you're not part of the TMBA, you should be part of it. You should figure out a way to join and get involved. TMBA is also going to have its mortgage symposium on September 14th and 15th, and at the Dallas Plano Legacy West. And so you should, if you're not already signed up, go ahead and sign up. They have, because of the uncertainty involved with the current situation in the country, the registration is refundable if it turns out that for some reason they can't have that program. The registration fees will be, it starts off reasonable anyway and has a lot of great content, but it's even risk-free in the sense you can get your money back if you need. So sign up for that Texas MBA Mortgage Symposium. Let's talk about a quick business and regulatory update, and then we'll get to talk to Melanie. Good news in the mortgage industry. Mortgage is still hiring. The hiring market is still strong. The employment market is still strong in mortgage and in housing, generally speaking, too. As I've told you before, I put people together in this way. So if you're an employer looking for people, you're a person looking to work in the mortgage industry, and you're looking for some people good to work for. I'm not a headhunter. I don't get paid for this stuff, but I can connect you to people, and people contact me all the time and ask for information about that. So happy to pass that information along, and then the parties do whatever they do. And my part of my goal is to help connect people and then figure out ways to let them learn how to and work in an area where they can earn a good living for their families, but also help people and help people build wealth by owning homes. So contact me if you have any need in that regard. If you're watching this on YouTube, my contact information is down in the description below. And if you're on LinkedIn or one of the other social media platforms that this goes out on, my phone number is 301-461-8952. But again, you can just Google my law firm, garrishorn.com, and you'll be able to find my contact info there too. mortgage apps are down a little bit. MBA is reporting that mortgage apps are slightly down, just a little bit. So nothing to worry about. It's just the regular evolution of the market. As you know, in weeks past, lots of weeks we've reported record numbers of applications and significant increases in numbers of applications. And so it's no surprise. It's just down slightly. So nothing to worry about there, I think, at the moment. But it is something just to keep note of. It's a regular market in that sense. On a positive note, loans and forbearance, though, are also a little bit down. So that also, I think, is a good sign as we roll into the second half of 2020. Still a lot of uncharted territory where we're going. The number of coronavirus cases, COVID-19 cases, of course, going up, it seems. And so that's in the news every day. And nobody quite knows where this will go and what will happen. Of course, there's news almost daily about potential health, whether it's a vaccine or treatment or a cure. There's lots of information in the news every day, and that's all hopeful. There is one significant item that's sort of lingering out there that Congress is taking a look at, although it's an election year, right? So we don't quite know where this is going to go either. But a lot of the unemployment extended benefits that were in place end at the end of this coming month. So unless there are additional extensions, there can be some potential concerns there that we're going to have to think about. Where will all this go? Nobody knows. We do know that it's getting politicized, and each day that goes along gets a little more politicized. As a DC guy, for a long time, I was right in the thick of the political circle there, and I can assure you that the politics involved is getting more and more intense, and will do so as we continue to get closer to the election. So where does all this go? We don't know, but we do know that it will get heated. We're going to talk now to Melanie Feliciano. She's a good friend. She is a longtime CLO, Chief Legal Officer at Doc Magic, and she recently left Doc Magic and joined our law firm as a partner. And Melanie, I want to welcome you to the show and welcome you to the firm. And we are very happy to have you on. So Melanie, welcome to the Mortgage Banking Livestream.
Thank you very much, Troy. I'm delighted to be here, and I appreciate your kind words.
So Melanie, tell us before we get started, what is Doc Magic? And what did you do there, and how will that translate into what you're going to be doing at Garris Horn?
Well, so Doc Magic is a mortgage technology company, and it uses its own proprietary technology to generate mortgage loan documents, such as the federal and state disclosures, and at closing, the promissory note and the security instrument, as well as, the TRID disclosures. So it also provides automated compliance audits and high-cost tests to assist its lenders of all stripes in complying with the various federal and state mortgage lending laws. So Doc Magic services all states plus the U.S. territories. And I started there in October 2004, and I was Assistant General Counsel, where I maintained Doc Magic's forms library. Had thousands of documents, and I had to make sure that I kept those forms in compliance and monitored legal and regulatory developments to make sure that those were updated regularly and new forms were created, etc. Then in about 2010, I became CLO of Doc Magic, and while I supported the compliance department, I worked with operational issues that operational matters that had an impact on, legal issues. And I also negotiated and drafted contracts, managed the company's risk, and worked with the various teams, collaborated with them on the various projects that Doc Magic had to put out new products, enhancements to their products, etc. So I think that having worked in house gives me insight into how a company generally operates and the types of legal issues it faces on a day-to-day basis, the relationships it has with its customers and its vendors. And I hope to bring that insight to Garris Horn and its clients. I think that I could, that experience could assist customers or clients who are dealing with their own operational issues. So.
Yeah. So as I hear it, then three main areas. So compliance, heavy in compliance, and also heavy in the transactional side, and then also heavy in the day-to-day operations of a company, like legal issues that come up with companies. So in a normal coach, for example, just sort of thinking through the types of things that a legal officer might do in that sort of a capacity. So, for example, like leases, did you work with leases, that sort of thing?
Not so much, but I dealt with agreements between, our technology partners, and negotiating the larger contracts with the high volume customers. So, end user license agreements, SaaS agreements, integration agreements with the various LOS partners that Doc Magic had. Also, we had to, I managed the due diligence and RFIs that were submitted to us at Doc Magic.
And when you say diligence, what type of diligence were you talking about?
Well, periodically, customers who needed to provide the appropriate vendor oversight, because Doc Magic is a vendor to its lender customers. These lenders wanted to ensure that we were complying with, the appropriate federal and state regulations in the way that we operated, in the way that we delivered our products and services to clients. So it would require me to work with our IT department and the customer service department to make sure that we submitted the appropriate policies to back up the questions the due diligence questions that were submitted to us.
I see. So, and what do you do? What do you do outside? Like, so you have this experience in terms of your legal work, and 16 years in Doc Magic, it sounds like. And so, what do you do for what else is Melanie?
Oh, outside of the firm, I love being outdoors, hanging out with friends. I like to hike. I also like to bike. I used to play a lot of tennis, not so much anymore, but I love to get back into that. And I think what I relish the most is just hanging out with friends and family. And as you know, during this pandemic, it's not easy to have that physical contact or social contact with your friends. But what we try to do is a lot of video conference calls so that we can see each other and connect in that way. So I've got a dog whom I love a lot. I never thought I could love a dog as much as I do. And my dog Logan is a great pal to me. So when I'm running errands, he's usually hanging out with me in the car.
Yeah, what kind of dog?
Oh, he's a half Bichon Frise, half Min Pin, miniature pincher.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
very
he's
cool.
getting older. He's going to be 8 years old on July 6th. So
Wow, very soon actually. Hard to
yeah,
believe. Hard to believe that it's already July, right? This is
I
the
know.
this coming
The,
weekend is Fourth of July weekend, and in this weird world that we're in, it doesn't seem like it could possibly be.
exactly. It's, while when, all the stay in place orders went into effect, it seemed like time, I don't know, changed for me. In some ways, it was really slow, but yet here we are, at the beginning of July, and I wonder, gosh, where did these last 3 months or so go? I guess there was enough to keep me busy during this time, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and I know that even before becoming a partner, we had worked with you quite a bit, and it's been a very enjoyable experience. One of the great things I think about the way that we practice in our firm is that because we're virtual, we've been doing this virtually for a couple of more than 2 years now, and so whenever the pandemic started requiring the stay in place and shelter in place orders coming out, our practice didn't really change very much because we'd already been
Right.
doing this. We'd already built the infrastructure for this. And so for us, from a practice perspective, there was almost no wrinkle. Now it did, of course, we didn't do, we can't go to conferences, we can't see friends the way we used to, and so on. All that did change, of course, but as far as just being able to practice, it hadn't changed. But what that does is it also it gives us the opportunity to have somebody. Where are you located? It's somebody like yourself that's you didn't have to move, right? So
Did
that's
not have to move.
that's
I'm
one of
in
the beautiful things.
Southern California in
Southern Cali, yeah,
North Orange County,
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
So I work from home, and like everyone else is reporting, working from home allows me to be very productive, but giving me the flexibility to attend to things throughout the day that may come up.
right, right. Makes it a great way to practice. Well, listen, I don't want to. I know you're super busy. I don't want to take a bunch of your time, but I did want to say thank you and welcome to the firm and welcome to the live stream. And we'll love to have you both working on projects and working with you that way, but also then back on the live stream from time to time, addressing issues that pop up in the legal world. And looking forward to a long and enjoyable experience with you.
I feel the same way. Thank you again, Troy. I'm delighted to be a partner with the firm, and I've enjoyed these past many months working with you and Richard Horn, Roger Fendelman, and so Ray Schneipsable, and I am looking forward to working with you all and for many years to come.
Well, thank you very much. We'll talk again soon.
All right.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
one.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. So that was Melanie Feliciano, and I just want to say thank you. We are so proud to have her, and as part of as the law firm. If you enjoy this mortgage banking live stream, subscribe and let us know what you would like us to address. So if you have questions or comments, or you want any information about any of the things that we mentioned here as we go, of course, it's just information that we provide through the mortgage banking live stream. This is not the law firm. This is not the practice of law. We're not giving legal advice. It's just information. We're here to educate people. We're here to connect people. We're here to entertain people, and we do appreciate you. Have a very safe and wonderful 4th of July, and we will talk to you again soon.